Hi, Synthetics here. I'm going to be showing you how to produce electric dance music. Now, there are many ways to do this. There are all kinds of ways to do this. I'm no expert. I don't think I'm an expert. I don't think I'm professional, but I do think I know a thing or two about how to create this type of genre. Now, if you have any comments or questions, please feel free to subscribe, comment, email me any questions you have, anything at all, and I'd be happy to answer them. Thank you. So, let's get started. Now, normally what I do is I start with the sampler, drag it right here, and then I take, depends what kind of style you like. Normally I'll start with, let's see, for example. Oh, and as far as samples, a lot of them I use from the Vengeance pack. The Vengeance pack is a sample pack that you can find on the internet. Just research Vengeance, it should be fine. Oh, it sounds great, I guess. Okay, and just don't worry about these are filters. Just make sure if you're using the sampler, you take these off and type in 0.0 dB because we want that full kick, and release. Bring your release all the way to 60.0 and double click. And you're going to want to choose which chord you're in. Now, when choosing which chord you're in, make sure that it's pretty important to keep with that same chord throughout your entire song. Otherwise, it might sound a little different. So, just letting you know that. So, I'm going to start with C3. So, right here we go. Just put it every fourth like that. Now, left click, hold tab, just click tab, hold it, and then put it right here. Okay, and that's how we have a kick drum. So now that we started with the kick drum, let's add some percussion. Let's see. No, I want the one shots. One shots. Down. Okay, so we take the sampler in, put another one, drag it in, then take the hat, drag right here, take these filters off, because I want the full effect of the sample. Type in 0.0 again, and put the release up. Now for that, I click this headphone. Now I put it on the third, right here. So every third, once I put it on every single third, I click, drag, so right at the bottom. So now you're gonna sound something like this. Now, notice it sounds kind of funky. It doesn't really sound right. This is where compression and equalization come into part. These are very, very important techniques that you should learn if you are really wanting to make dance music. These come in very, very important, and they're very, very, very particular. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to compress the kick. Normally when I compress the kick, I take the ratio and I put it to about 3.00. Let's put it, and then I take the attack and I put 0.20. And then I put the release to 400. And take the makeup off because it's a little preset that Ableton does. It may not help you, it depends. And then also what I'm going to do is, when it comes to hi-hats or any percussion, anything that has a high pitch sound or anything like that normally would be a high frequency sound. And when you're EQing this hat, you're gonna wanna take the lows off the high frequency. So what I'm gonna do is this. See, doing that, I completely cut any low frequency coming into take. Now, another important part is sidechaining everything to your bass kick in electric dance music. I cannot stress this enough. Sidechaining is it's basically your secret weapon to everything. Sidechain almost everything. You don't have to. Sometimes it really varies on what you want. So I like to sidechain everything, mostly everything, even effects, because it just makes it all sync in perfectly. So sync in perfectly. So all we'd have to do is click sidechain to your kick, click pre-effects, and bring your threshold down. You can bring your gain up too. It depends. So it'll sound something like this. So see, it sounds a little clearer, as you can see. Now what I like to do sometimes is just double it up. So just duplicate and just bring in another hat in there, or an open hat. Too much. That's fine right there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a clap. Love claps. I like that one right there. Okay, so take the clap, drag it right here. Now I duplicated it so everything's nice and set. Now for the clap. Claps vary. Some of them can be high and low frequency, so you might want to just make sure you line it up just perfectly. See, like right here. And when it comes to sidechaining a clap, you might want to put it around 12 dB, because sometimes you can sidechain it and you won't even hear it. See, it's very low, so you won't even hear it with the kick so loud. So put it around 12. And as far as patterns go, a lot of people like just having your normal tick-tack, but I really like this pattern right here, and I'm going to share this with you because this is one of my favorite patterns to use of all time. First, third, and then fourth. So it's going to sound like this. Yeah, I like that. Oh, and by the way, if anything, I should have brought this up in the first place, but take a limiter every time in the beginning of your song. Take a limiter, drag it to your master channel, and bring it down, because you want to leave yourself a lot of headroom. Headroom, I'll go into that. I'll make another tutorial. Headroom is a whole other thing I should explain. It might take too long. So I got that so far. Now, as far as drums, you can start adding percussion, you know, whatever you want. Doesn't matter. But for this video, I'm trying to make sure I can get, I'm trying to make a whole entire EDM song into one video. I know it's stupid, but then once I make this first video, I'm going to start making different videos for different parts and more particular. So whatever you guys want. So let's get started on a bass line. Now bass lines require normal VST. You could use anything. Use VSTs, you could use samples, you know, you could even hook up your bass guitar and use that bass line on a kick. You know, whatever you want, doesn't matter. Music is music. So me personally, I like using VSTs. VSTs are fun. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Massive. Massive is a VST from Native Instruments. You can look them up. They are very, very, very good quality VSTs. Now, when it comes to bass lines, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you're going to want to keep keys away from the bass kick, because both bass line and bass kick, they're at the same low frequency. So what you're going to want to do is keep it away. So like for example, if you look right here, that's exactly where the kick is, so you might not hear it as much. However, right here you won't hear it because the kick has already went. So put it right there. So for that, for this tutorial, I'm just going to use a preset, because as far as making a bass, it would take a whole nother tutorial to do that. So I have a lot of presets, as you can see. Let's see which one sounds cool. And normally when I like to hear my bass line, I like to make sure I mute all the drums. These ones aren't sounding too well with that for some reason. I guess that sounds alright. I wouldn't really use that. You know, I don't like that much, but yeah, I guess we could go with that. And if you're making trance or house or any of that, you're going to want to take your tempo to 128 up to 130. So it might be a little faster like this. And there's the bass line. So now we need to add a lead. one. I like saws. Saws are really cool. They make some really cool noise. I'm a big fan of Showtek, so gotta have those saws in. Oops, forgot my bass line. So put the bass line in right here. And don't forget, same thing over and over again. Make sure you take your equalizer, put it into your VST, and make sure you, since it's a low frequency, we're gonna take out the high frequency. See? And we are going to sidechain. Now let's see what kind of lead we're working with here. Oh, and Ableton has this really cool thing. What I like to use is the looper. Just right click loop, keeps you on the same loop every time. So I can work on what I need to work on. So let's try this. Don't forget compressor. Let's try 20 maybe. EQ. Whoops. EQ.